Great words there from Lucky Dube and Baban. I hope you enjoyed that number. Different colors just for you. On Gold FM, only the classic hits. Louise with you on the Center Show. Well, thank you so much for the sweet company. This is Alana Miles, one of my favorites, and Black Velvet for you. Hi there. Join me on the Center Show every weekday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the best sounds on Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
In this bulletin, Public Accounts Committee due to meet tomorrow in another attempt to settle impasse over post of chairman. Military commander to discuss redeployment of Fijian soldiers in Golan Heights with UNIFIL. And Finance Minister clarifies budget announcement about sale of freehold land to non-residents. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. The Public Accounts Committee's inaugural meeting is now expected to be held tomorrow. According to the nominated PAC chairman, Professor Biman Prasad, members were informed late this afternoon about the first PAC meeting, now scheduled for Friday. Maggie Boyle reports.
It has been 1 month today since the Public Accounts Committee was first appointed. It appears members of PAC will finally hold their first meeting.
I'm pleased that the meeting will be held tomorrow. We've just been informed about that. So at 9 tomorrow we will have the meeting, and I welcome that. I thank the Speaker and the Secretary General of Parliament, and also the members of the government side on the committee. And I look forward to the meeting, and I hope that we can now get on with the job.
In response to government's opposition to his chairmanship, Prasad says he's hopeful his nomination will be accepted.
Let's have the meeting, and that's where the endorsement of the chair of the committee will be made. I am a nominee of the leader of the opposition, and so I'm waiting for the committee to meet and elect me as the chair of the committee. So that's what we hope to do tomorrow, and I hope it'll be the beginning of the long and difficult work ahead, of scrutinizing 7 years of Auditor General's reports.
Prasad earlier today wrote to the Speaker of the House, Dr. Chuko Luveni, telling her that he genuinely believed she was being used as a conduit by government to deliver their unreasonable demands and frivolous claims. In the letter, Biman also requested that she call a PAC meeting as soon as possible. The Secretary General to Parliament could not be contacted for comments, nor could the Speaker of the House. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The government side says they do not recognise Biman Prasad as the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee. Government Whip and PAC member Semi Koroi Lavisao says only the first sitting of the committee can determine the chairmanship. Maggie Boyle again with more on the story.
It's become a rather contentious issue to convene the Public Accounts Committee.
Basically, the whole issue as stands at the moment is the chairmanship. We will be able to sit down once we agree to come to a meeting and then appoint a chairman during that meeting.
The impasse has been cause for concern, with 6 years of Auditor General reports before the PAC for scrutiny. Earlier this week, the Speaker of the House, Dr. Chuko Luveni, called on PAC members to sort themselves out. Korolevasau says they're simply following the parliamentary procedures in place.
As per the standing orders, the chairman will be appointed during our first meeting.
And speaking of meetings, when do you expect that meeting will happen?
Hopefully soon, within the next 2 days.
As to when this quagmire will be resolved, we'll have to wait and see. What is clear, though, from the standing orders is that the chairperson can only come from the opposition. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The Suva High Court has ruled that former Fiji National Provident Fund CEO Olota Rokovunise was unlawfully terminated in April 2007. Rokovunise has also been granted $75,000 in damages. The court heard before his termination, he was given a letter containing 11 charges relating to misconduct. He was given time to respond and a tribunal would be appointed to hear the charges. Rokovunise responded within the time frame and a tribunal was established. However, both parties could not agree to the terms of the tribunal and Rokovunise was terminated. Justice Dipti Amartunga ruled that the FMPF unlawfully terminated Rokovunise. The court has also ruled that the cost is summarily assessed at $3,000. RFMF Commander Brigadier General Mosese Tikoetonga is expected to leave the country tomorrow to join Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama as he visits Fijian troops in the Golan Heights. Tikoetonga is expected to visit the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon to hold talks of the likely redeployment of some of Fiji's troops from the Golan Heights to Lebanon. RFMF spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Siti Veningilio says a team from Golan to Lebanon has returned in anticipation of the redeployment. Fiji has previously participated in UNIFIL from 1978 to 2005, where it lost 35 Fijian lives during this period. The government says non-residents will be able to purchase freehold and crown land for tourism development or commercial purposes only. Acting Prime Minister and Finance Minister Ayasaid Qayyum gave the clarification in a post-budget forum in Suva last night. Shireen Lata reports.
The post-budget forum was organized 5 days after the 2015 budget announcement. Participants questioned the Finance Minister about the increasing number of land sales involving foreigners. Ayasaid Qayyum clarified the government wants to save ownership of freehold land and it should be restricted to locals.
There was a bill that was presented to Parliament, and there will be some amendments to that bill in respect of fine-tuning it. We are seeking an expedited process in terms of the having a vote on those bills following the appropriation bill being passed by Parliament or approved by Parliament.
91% of land in Fiji are owned by Itoke, and Sayed Qayyum says Itoke leases are just as secure as Crown leases.
There appears to be absolutely no appetite for foreign investors or indeed some local investors to invest or take out leases for Itoke land. They appear to be quite happy, if not freehold, to go and have a Crown lease, but not Itoke lease.
Sayed Qayyum adds landowners need to get returns on their investments and land as well. The post-budget forum was organized by the Fiji Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Suva Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Fiji Australian Business Council. Shireen Lata, FBC News.
Endangered Fiji petrel wins second place in New Zealand Seabirds competition. That's coming up after the break.
Bula FM number 2 na serena iwan siningaw na ni Batara ni sibiti ko weekend na diwa en na tini na miniti na may pakuriti wala beng grabe na nonton nonongo kanda na dapat ko anin na kaloko en ay kami din debo bili na tayo wali ni may dapat ko na wani matakabo kan lib sarti ko na bi ser talio ni na namaka do ba tayo may kina na kenan daw ro di kanamaki Bula binaka ayo salamilawa do ba tayo kiyawan na Batara na wani vio na kaloko moni tiki na barumbuka en ang Bula FM number 2 en na serena
Ni sa bulu binaga turun na kini marama ni bulu binaga na dor bau kini mo nelewa ni sa bulu binaga ngone en do talem no ngone wa katalau en mataka en dai
en vindelana mai nei tasiri
no bulu maleka go ni milote nai sorta boa
en lomo ni vonua mai sanganga
ni bulu go Samuel na no ngone wa katalau en radio Fijuan na domo vitina vonga ni vena mai no kini diwa en bi mataka moni tiki na pagruka ni kai namaka
Welcome back. This is FBC News. An early morning blaze has left a family homeless in Raiwanga, Suva. Some family members were inside the house when the fire started around 8 a.m. today. No one was injured. National Fire Authority CEO John O'Connor says the authority is concerned about the high number of property fires.
51% of the fires could be attributed to just mere carelessness. And our main concern is that because we are now coming into the festive season, the children are home, And the likelihood, and in previous years, December is usually a busy month in terms of fires. So, meeting with the Commissioner of Police, both organizations have expressed great concern.
The NFA is trying to determine what started the fire in Rewanga this morning. Fiji will be one of 3 countries to receive $2.2 million of funding for the Mother of Pearl project. This has been announced by the Australian Ambassador for Women, Natasha Despoja, who is on an official visit to the country. Ellen Stolz reports.
The visiting ambassador met with the Permanent Secretary for Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Josefa Korevueta, and the few women from various organizations this morning.
$2.2 million over the next 5 years for 3 countries, including Fiji, for that Mother of Pearl project. So economic empowerment is very key part of the Minister's objectives. The second thing is, of course, women's leadership. And as you would know, that's whether it's in their communities or whether it's in civil society, indeed whether it's in politics. We're really excited about increasing numbers of women in parliaments.
The initiative has been made possible through the Australian government's focus on developing opportunities for high-value agriculture, forestry and fisheries products in the Pacific Island countries. The 3 key areas that the ambassador wants to focus on is economic empowerment, women's leadership and the elimination of violence against women.
So this visit of the ambassador is really very fortunate, I would say, because BA is a holder of one of the ACI funded projects of the Australian High Commission. This is the very popular Mother of Pearl project. So we are really concentrating on the empowerment of women.
She also hosted a women's leadership dialogue for women in business, which was also attended by women present at the meeting today. The ambassador has been in the country for 1 week. The recent visit has once again showed Australia is serious about strengthening cooperation with Fiji across many sectors. This is the ambassador's first visit to Fiji in this capacity, and she hopes it will not be the last. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
The new French ambassador to Fiji, Michael Djokovic, says cooperation between Fiji and France must be as wide as possible. Djokovic spoke to the media this afternoon after presenting his credentials to the President Ratuepeli Nailatikau. Djokovic says France has always been confident that elections would happen and they maintained a balanced position towards Fiji. He says France is willing to work with Fiji in the field of education, military cooperation, climate change and economy and trade.
France will continue to support constructively to the strengthening of the Fijian democracy and the development of Fiji via the French contribution to the European Development Fund, the EFD.
Djokovic is the French ambassador to Fiji, Kiribati, Nauru, Tonga and Tuvalu. After 3 weeks of intense competition, the endangered seabird Fiji petrel or kavauningau has come in second place in a competition in New Zealand. Members of the public were invited to vote online for New Zealand Seabird of the Year. Although the Fiji petrel is not found in New Zealand, its name was entered in the competition. Rashika Kumar has the details.
The Fiji petrel has earned itself a name on the list of New Zealand Seabirds of the Year, coming in second place ahead of 30 others.
Fiji petrel isn't actually a New Zealand bird, but they invited us because they wanted to help us and they wanted to raise awareness of our seabirds as well. And it ended up they had quite a few birds for people to vote for online, and ours. It is possible that Fiji petrels would reach the waters just off the coast of New Zealand when they were flying, but it's probably not. It's just really kind of them to invite us.
The main aim of this competition has been to raise awareness about the endangered seabirds.
It didn't matter that we didn't win, but people in Fiji are now far more aware of our petrel and care about it, so it's fantastic. That's what we were wanting.
The kavauningau is an endangered species and can only be found on the island of Gau in the Lomaiviti group. The rarity and significance is such that it is printed on the Fijian $20 note, and about only 50 birds survive today. Rashika Kumar, FBC News.
The inaugural Fiji Broadcasting Corporation Dual Western Expo has started at the Girmit Centre in Lautoka today. The event has attracted a number of exhibitors and stall owners over the next 4 days. Christopher Chand reports.
It's a trade expo that is the first of its kind in the West, attracting corporate companies in Lautoka.
What we wanted to do was bring a higher quality, or as we would say, a trade expo back to Fiji. So we set up in a very simple, elegant way. We brought in all new exhibition booths, tents, set up, partnered with FBC so we could get a good sales background with it and really target the market with the key areas.
Apart from being an expo, it is a festival-type event with entertainments each night. Tonight, the Rain Project will be held at the Girmit Centre.
The very first event for dual services as a group in partnership with FBC, of course. We targeted the Lautoka market just to get a feel of how these exhibitions have been held for the last few years. We've also wanted to see all the new Lautoka businesses which really are unknown here.
FBC personalities including the Batini Tanoa crew will be entertaining over the next few nights. Organizers hope to make it an annual event with a similar expo being planned for Suva next year. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
We have sports up next. Here's Jamie now with the latest.
Thank you, Jackie, and good evening. In sports tonight, Fiji Sevens trainer says Dubai squad is much fitter than the team that brought home the Gold Coast Sevens title. Also coming up, will Fiji host a Super Rugby match next year? Find out after the break.
रात को सपने तो जरूर आए होंगे। ये सपने क्या कहते हैं?
और बस थोड़ी ही देर में देखेंगे कि आज आपकी किस्मत के सितारे करते हैं क्या इशारे।
नई आशाएं और हौसले भरी सुबह की सुहानी शुरुआत करें हमारे साथ। मैं आपकी हमसफर मोहिनी
और मैं दीप्ति। सोमवार से शुक्रवार सुबह 6 से 9 तक
रेडियो Fiji 2 देश की धड़कन पर।
Hey, how's it going, Fiji? You're the afternoon step with Josie. And of course, I've got more good hits lined up for you, so stay tuned for that. But right now, check this song out, man. It's Golden City coming at you, 200 Amity K, Ready for Young Love, right here on Today FM.
The Vodafone Fiji Sevens squad is heading into the Dubai and South Africa Sevens, a much fitter unit than the side that captured the Gold Coast title last month. This is the view of trainer Nathaniel Iwanimbuka, who has been monitoring the players and ensuring that they stick to the demanding fitness program. Charlene Dadakadaka has more.
The national sevens side surpassed all expectations in Gold Coast with superior fitness level complementing their natural skills on the field. Officials are confident that the squad that will participate in Dubai and South Africa will be even fitter, especially for the 9 survivors from the opening leg.
We've really set the benchmark high, so it's work in progress. So what they've achieved going into this leg, whilst it's a step up from the previous leg, I think we still have room for improvements as far as the whole series is concerned.
The challenge for Coach Ben Ryan and his players is to maintain consistency over the next 2 legs.
Because there's a lot of travel involved, there's a lot of high-intensity games, so the better conditioning the players are in, the better chances they have of recovering, as well as, you know, the other things such as sleep, recovery, mental. Okay, mental will play a big part.
Only time will tell if the national side can maintain a dominant display of open rugby in back-to-back tournaments. Chalendo Takadak, FBC Sports.
Now, if Sanzo approves to hold the match in Fiji, the Crusaders will take on the Hurricanes at ANZ Stadium on May 29th next year. To compete at an Olympic Games is the ultimate dream of all athletes. And it's no different for Pacific Javelin champion Leslie Copeland, who hopes to live this dream a second time at the 2016 Rio Games. Given a boost in his bid to Rio 2016 with an Olympic scholarship yesterday, the Pacific champion is counting on taking part at several overseas competitions to further benefit his chance of qualifying. Charlene Daudakadaka reports.
Pacific Games javelin gold medalist Leslie Copeland is eyeing a return to the Olympic arena. The 26-year-old says his dream of attaining a second Olympic Games spot will require a change of scenery.
I'm hoping to go abroad next year, maybe in February, to go during just in time with the competitions overseas. So with training, I'm concentrating on training in Fiji, just get myself to a good standard before I depart Fiji when I can.
Copeland's first Olympic Games was in London in 2012. With that experience under his belt, Copeland will be looking to make amends in the Rio Games in 2016.
I know what I've done, I know what I lacked in the past. So this scholarship will ensure me to right all the wrongs and to work harder, to try and do better than the last Olympic.
Copeland is one of the frontrunners to qualify for the Rio Games from Fiji. Receiving an Olympic scholarship award from Fasanok yesterday will further boost his chances. Talento Takadak, FBC Sports.
The Fiji men's cricket side will join Vanuatu in representing the East Asia Pacific region to the World Cricket League Division 6 competition. This after the national side defeated Samoa in the final of the EAP qualifiers in Australia yesterday, dismissing the island neighbours for 73 runs in 23.5 overs. Fiji went on to win the fixture, taking 9 wickets in only 9.5 overs. The team arrived back home today. 2014 IDC champion Suva has made a blistering start to the Pacific Football Cup in Sydney, Australia. The men in white recorded the biggest scoreline in day one by thumping Vatukola, New Zealand 6-0 in their first match last night. In other first-round matches, defending champions Nandi beat New Zealand Nandunga 2-1. Rewa and Sydney All-Stars played to a 0-0 draw, while Mba lost to AFFA All-Stars 2-1. In games tonight, Nandi will take on New Zealand All-Stars, while Suva faces Rewa. The Fiji National Sports Commission has given a grant of $225,000 towards the FIBA USP Under-19 Oceania Basketball Championships. The funds will go towards preparing and hosting the championship in Suva next week. Rohit Deo has the details.
Being the host of an international tournament is a big achievement for an island country like Fiji. And the organizers know there is a lot of work that has to be done to host teams from 9 countries in the region.
This is a perfect example of what everybody can do to ensure the successful hosting of an international tournament. The Oceania Under-19 basketball tournament, which starts on Monday, is perhaps one of the biggest tournaments we've had in the region for a while. And the Sports Commission is very pleased today to be able to present basketball with a cheque to run the tournament.
Basketball Fiji has acknowledged the support it has received to host such an event.
Without the grant or the funding to enable basketball to host this tournament, this would not have been possible through government's efforts and contribution. I believe this is all in line with government's policy on sports diplomacy, where sports is used as a platform to grow our young generation, bring people together, create a platform or an environment that we can play harmoniously in sports. And above all, it's just an opportunity to engage over and beyond our national source.
The week-long tournament starts next Monday at the Vodafone Arena in Suva.
350 players from 9 countries are expected to participate in the championship. And with Australia and New Zealand fielding teams, there will be a very interesting competitive games. Although third place and host Fiji will certainly be the crowd favourites. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
There's something definitely to look forward to. That was your sports for tonight. It's back to Jackie now with business.
A new vehicle servicing ramp will be constructed in Nausori for motorists in the area. The $230,000 facility belongs to Nakuita Enterprises, which is a business arm of the Matangali Nakuita from the Yavusa Vunivivi of Nausori village. The Fiji Development Bank is financing the facility, which, when completed, will be rented by the Land Transport Authority. It will be used as the ramping facility for servicing vehicles. FTB Chief Executive Ndeve Tonganivalu says landowners such as these are exemplary in that that they have realized that the only way to fight poverty is to maximize the use of their resources. Brief showers were experienced over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands. Fine weather prevailed elsewhere. A trough of low pressure lies slow-moving over Tuvalu and extends over Samoa. Meanwhile, another trough affects Niue and southern Cooks. And in temperatures, maximum temperatures today, Savu recorded 29, Suva 30, Ba 31, Lambasa 32, and Nandi once again hitting 34. Brief showers over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands. Fine elsewhere. Heading into the weekend, you can expect pretty much the same. Brief showers over the interior and eastern parts of the larger islands, possible afternoon or evening showers elsewhere. And a quick recap of our headlines. The Public Accounts Committee's inaugural meeting is now expected to be held tomorrow. The Suva High Court has ruled that former Fiji National Provident Fund CEO Olota Rokovunise was unlawfully terminated in April 2007, and the government says non-residents will be able to purchase freehold and crown land for tourism development or commercial purposes only. To our poll segment for this week, we're asking, are you satisfied with the 2015 national budget? Visit our FBC website, www.fbc.com.fj, to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's our news for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, good evening.
Gold FM, only the classic hits. Beautiful song from the group Firehouse and When I Look Into Your Eyes. Before that, you heard from Smokey Robinson with One Heartbeat. We'll take a short break and join us in the next hour for more music from Seal. Bulablanca. I'm DJ Tora. Join me every weekdays, 7 until midnight on the Premium Classics, right here on Gold FM, only the classic hits.